everybody was so happy that Disney finally had a black princess, and now
Yeah.
you're just gonna switch her back to white.
It
It's like,
wasn't. Yeah,
oh, come on.
it wasn't. She was just a princess. She's the black princess.
Okay.
Ariel
No, that's
wasn't. Ariel wasn't the white princess. Like, hey, this is the only
I
white
guess
prince.
she was the redhead. Is she the only
Yeah,
redhead
I mean,
princess?
I
So Disney's Little Mermaid should be coming out soon. It's scheduled to come out in May 2023. And AJ feels some type of way about Little Mermaid being black.
see,
AJ, how do you
okay.
feel about this?
I don't feel a type of way about the Little Mermaid being black. I just can empathize with the people that are out there that have a problem with the changing of the Little Mermaid from what was believed to be her original form.
Which is what's her original form?
The original Little Mermaid, although she was a cartoon character or digital or however you want to explain it, was a white, red-haired character. So, for those people that fell in love with the Little Mermaid as a white, red-haired character, I can understand their cause for pause when they hear a live-action movie's coming out about the Little Mermaid and it's not a white, redhead character. So
Why
that
should
would
it
be my
matter if it's
problem.
a fake, if it's a fictional character? What does it matter what race she is?
I mean, I say the same thing as to say you're right. She's a fictional character, but what if you identify with that fictional character? Why does it matter if the character is fictional? If you identify with something and you take it away from someone, they should be able to feel a type of way. The same exact way if they took the Princess and the Frog and made it into a live action movie and made the princess white, there would be some upset people on the other side of that as well that identified with the Princess and the Frog who was initially black.
you don't feel like they're trying to right a wrong from history of not having any black characters?
Is that Disney's job to right a wrong?
Or are they trying to right a wrong? Or are they just they found somebody that fits that character perfectly and race shouldn't matter in that case?
Is that what it
Because
was?
her identity, like she's the only black Disney character. She's the
Okay.
only one. So blacks definitely identify with her skin color. Whereas Ariel, were they identifying with her skin color when you had so many different other
If
examples?
if
As a
I was
as
a
a as
woman,
a princess, as a Disney princess, they have so many different examples that
right?
they I don't know if they were identifying with her skin color. They were identifying with the character.
You don't know how they're identifying. You don't know, right? You don't know why they're upset. It could be for many of reasons. But for what about for that little girl that was redhead, that grew up loving mermaids and loved Ariel and identified with Ariel, and her whole room was Ariel, to come to be an adult now to find out that her favorite childhood character, her favorite Disney princess out of the hundred they may have had, was not what she identified as. I could see her being upset. I could see her not being happy with it.
Yeah, I could see her being upset, but she just needs to get over it. And
What do you mean she needs to get over it? There is no there,
you're allowed to be upset that if you identified with her being uh you know, a Caucasian redheaded person and then she's no longer, you have a right to be upset. I understand that you're going to be upset, but
so why all the backlash then from various people? Why is that backlash okay?
from black people,
There's black people, there's white people, there's a
well,
lot of people that are
we know
upset.
why white people are mad. You're taking away a character that they like and you're changing them to be black and they don't want that to happen. So,
That's the assumption that's being made, right? We're assuming.
the ones that are mad, I don't think a large group of the population really care either way. Because I don't think
Okay.
whiteness in America, I don't think when you have so many examples to fall back on, I don't think that they care as much. Because I don't think most of the population is identifying this as, you know, this person needs to be white. We have other people we can go to. Unlike Aladdin, we only have one. So you can't.
So you brought up Aladdin, right? And so Aladdin is important because of what to you? Like, why do you think Aladdin's important?
Why Aladdin would be important to that group of people? Because if you love Disney, that's the only character you have.
So the original Little Mermaid was actually a Danish story. So
okay,
Danish people.
Look at you doing your research before.
So Danish.
Wow, tried to get me.
So Danish people only have the Little Mermaid as their story. So are they allowed to be upset? Are they allowed to feel the type of way?
As Black people, if Danish community would have came up and said, we love this character, this is the only Danish character that we have, I don't think there would have been so much back and forth. But honestly, I think Black people more want their own character anyway. I don't think they care too much. They're just trying to say like, hey, we had to go through all of this. We had no characters, so you guys need to just take this one. Like, you need to take this loss because of everything that's happened before. Of not giving us any characters.
I don't think it's a loss.
You guys need to take. If you guys feel like this is a loss, the small group that feels like
we're recruiting Ariel to the Black.
Yeah, we're taking.
I don't think it's a loss.
Ariel.
I think it's good. I'll say this, right? And again, I'm not arguing that the Little Mermaid shouldn't be Black, right? Obviously, I have 2 young daughters who extremely are happy and able to identify, oh my God, Ariel is going to be Black in this movie. That's so awesome, which is great. As it allows little girls today to identify with something that's very popular. That's great. But my argument still stands is, why are we upset at these other people that are not happy about it?
Because we're looking at them like, they're just upset because she's Black. And what does it matter if she's a fictional character? What does it matter if she's Black or white?
But then why can't we say the same thing about, I forget her name, I apologize, but why can't we say the same thing about The Princess and the Frog? Even though it's the only one, she's fictional. So why does it really matter if they make a live action movie with a Caucasian person?
Because she's the only Black one, and now you're taking the only Black one. Everybody was so happy that Disney finally had a Black princess, and now you're just gonna switch her back to white.
It wasn't. It wasn't. She was just a princess. She's the Black princess. Okay, Ariel wasn't the white princess. Like, hey, this is the only white.
I guess she was the redhead. Is she the only redhead?
I mean, if they would have came,
I don't know if Brave is a princess. The girl from Brave, but whatever.
Yeah, but Brave came later. So let's say Brave. We're talking about the old school ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So remind me, wasn't there, and Roman, maybe you know this more than Jarrett, wasn't there another live action movie they did a long time ago with Brandy and Queen Latifah? Which one was that?
Oh, that they did Cinderella with Whitney Houston.
And why? That wasn't a big deal.
That was a multicultural one. Yeah, was that a big deal? That happened in the 90s?
I don't remember. I don't think.
With Whitney and Brandy being Cinderella, that was really popular.
I mean, we didn't have social media like that, so it probably was a big deal, but
no one really talked about it or made it worse. All right, I have another question.
And did Disney do that? I mean, because Wizard of Oz is the same thing, I guess. Like,
well, I mean, actually,
having a Black version
all
of
these live action, most of the live action Disney movies have cast Black people. I think I haven't seen all of them, but I don't know.
No, I mean,
I have another question.
This is Disney. This is Disney officially doing it. This isn't like, I think if some other, like if we just would have made a Black Mermaid movie somewhere else, like, but this is Disney officially saying
low budget.
Well, hey.
So okay, hold on. So this is
Michael Jackson's wasn't low budget.
I read this as well in a different article I had looked at, where people were comparing the Little Mermaid story to the story of how Black people feel in America. What do you think? Like, what do you think about that?
Out of water?
Out of place?
I don't know. What do you guys take from that thought? Like, I mean, the main song from this movie is being a part of your world, right? And so, did Disney take an opportunity to, like, hey?
I don't think you should throw this out there.
No, I'm asking. I've read this before, and I'm just asking, what do you guys think?
Is this like feeling appropriation? Like black people
Right.
feel this way.
It's like we're
and it
gonna
was
give them one
stolen and-
character. We're gonna give them one character, so let's give them the one that wants to be a part of somebody else's world. Is that what
Right.
you're saying?
I mean, what do you think
Wow.
about that? Being,
Now we're
the stance
now we're
that you
gonna have
take
to
on a lot of stuff.
we're gonna have to protest this
That's a
movie.
stretch, I think. I don't
It's
know
a
if
stretch.
feeling out of place is a black feeling, exclusively black
I mean,
feeling.
but think about the story of the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, Roman brought up a good point. That's not exclusively a black thing.
It's not exclusively a black thing, but who would you say wanted to back in the day was, kept out of a lot of things? It was the big headline was black versus whites. Black couldn't drink out of this water fountain. Blacks couldn't ride in this part of the bus. Blacks couldn't do certain things. I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
So wait, what is the question? Do we feel that way, or we?
Do
Do
you
we
feel
get
that way?
Black
Do you feel
Mermaid?
like Disney took a stab at this to say, "Hey,
No.
we're
I
gonna
pray-
we're gonna let blacks be a part of this a little bit more," and this is the perfect story to do it for because Ariel wanted to be a part of their world.
I don't. I'm gonna give Disney the benefit of the doubt because of Lion King. Well, Lion King's not a, but because they tried to do this with Princess of the Frog, they've tried to become more inclusive. I hope that they did not have that somebody wasn't sitting in a room. The Disney CEO was like, you know what? I'm tired of them talking about this. Let's give them Ariel. Because that fits the perfect story. I hope not. If I find out that was ever the case.
It was just a question. Do you think it's the perfect story?
No, when you say perfect story,
Like, do you think it fits?
no, because we don't want to. We would just want equal rights. Like we don't want to be a part of their world. I don't think it fits.
Okay.
So the bigger question here is it more insulting to turn traditionally white characters into black characters to just appease the black community or to feel more inclusive? Or would it be more appropriate to create just new black stories?
I think
It
we
would
would
be
prefer.
appropriate. Oh, go ahead, Jared.
I think we would prefer to have just brand new stories. We don't need you going around, or not we, but I wouldn't want you to go around and just keep taking those characters and flipping them to, because our stories are unique. So,
Like, do we need a black James Bond and a black Superman? And
No, we don't need a black
I
James
don't.
Bond or a black Superman. The reality, the reality of it is that I feel as though they just need to make new characters completely. If they're going to do something different, but the problem is what else is kind of left.
what do you mean, story-wise?
Yeah, like what stories can we tell that we haven't already heard before, or that wouldn't be looked at like it was already done? And we're just trying to do it differently.
Yeah, old stories have been told, and we're just retelling old
So you
stories
kind of have to
with a
remake them,
twist.
don't you?
Well, not those specifically. Like we can
I
create
mean-
a new spy. It doesn't have to be James Bond with a whole new story.
yeah, you could have recreated just. I shouldn't bring this up, but The Matrix, and it could have been, that could have been a black lead character. There's brand
Why
new
can't-
stories
I was
why didn't you
offered
want
to
bring up
Will
the Matrix,
Smith.
Jared?
because The Matrix is a different debate topic where who
What-
rules the
what-
Matrix.
Okay.
So
So you're saying that they can do a Jurassic Park, like one of the best movies of all time,
They
and
could've-
recast it with
that could have been a
black
black
people?
lead. No, we're not saying that. That could have been a black lead in the beginning.
Yeah,
Like
to
that
begin
Well,
story-
with.
it could have been a black lead
begin-
in the beginning.
Right.
But do
So,
you think? Okay, I mean, this is a
so
different.
there's always new stories
Yeah.
to do.
This is a completely different question, then I guess. Do you think that if you look at like James Bond, right? Not James Bond. Oh yeah, James Bond, the 007 movies, right? That's James Bond.
Yeah.
You want a Wakanda 007 movie, Adrian?
No. But I'm saying like who played James Bond recently? Was it Tom Cruise?
It's not Tom Cruise.
No.
James Bond. That's Mission Impossible.
Daniel.
Mission Impossible. I'm sorry.
Daniel
Who plays?
something.
Daniel Craig.
What black person do you think could have been cast into that role and done equally as well?
Everybody says Idris Elba. He's British. He's sophisticated. He is James Bond. A lot of people have
I
been
don't
pushing
think-
to have him
I
as
look
James
at
Bond for
Idris
years.
Elba and say James Bond though. Like he's
because
probably one of the
because he's
best.
black.
No, I think he's one of the best black actors out there. I don't see him being that guy. And
See,
I'm
that's
trying to
why
think
we
like,
need new characters, right? Like Idris can have his own like other different kind of stories that can be just as popular, just like Black Panther. Black Panther is not a remake of something, and they created something super successful and popular.